Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? It's the one and only Showing Up the King, and I'm here to bring you my review for Bleach Chapter 523. It's been a long 3 weeks, guys. We haven't had a Bleach chapter since mid December, maybe end of December. And you know how it is, you get 3 weeks off, but we got Bleach back. And you know, 2012 was a fantastic year for Bleach. And based off of this chapter, 2013 is going to be an even bigger year for Bleach. Um, there's just so much I want to discuss about this chapter in general, so let's just jump into it. All right, so first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a quick overview of the chapter and what happened, and then I'm gonna get into the nitty gritty and start talking about everything that I liked and I didn't like. Um, the chapter starts off with Renji and Ichigo still in the Heaven Palace, and they're training with the black guy who created the Zanpakuto. They're in this little in cove like basement area, and they're actually fighting unnamed Zanpakutos. And essentially, from what the story gathered, is when a Shinigami gets a Zanpakuto, it's an unknown Zanpakuto, and it eventually it learns more about its Shinigami as they grow their bond together. So it looks like, basically they haven't been happy with the way Ichigo and Renji have been treating them, and they're basically battling it out. Now, one thing I do want to say is I'm so happy that they split this chapter up between the story with Renji and Ichigo and the story with Unohana and Kenpachi, because I promise you, if they would have just stuck with the, Ichigo Renji storyline, I probably would have just been like, But with them switching things around, I thought that was really cool. Because again, like I said, I'm very interested in figuring out how Renji and Ichigo are going to increase their power levels and get their Zanpakutos back. But this storyline is going on with Kenpachi and Unohana. Woo! And speaking of which, that's what pretty much happened with the second part. Unohana took Kenpachi down to the lowest point of the Serite. And this is a perfect place for battling because it's a completely open area. It's very wide. It allows the both of them to be able to cut loose with their full power without destroying the entire Serite. So Kenpachi and Unohana go down there and they basically start battling. Now, that's pretty much the overview of the chapter. Now let's just delve in a little bit more to kind of give you my thoughts on it. Overall, if this was based off of just the first half of the chapter, it probably wouldn't have got a favorable review for me. But and again, I'm just gonna say this: just seeing Unohana's face made this chapter perfect for me. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, through the entire Bleach series in the manga as well as the anime, Unohana had this look about her. She was very indifferent. She never smiled. She never showed anger. She never showed any sort of, emotions whatsoever. You always could tell there was something about her that was scary, but it was never really shown. She spoke very softly, and she never even battled. So we never really knew what her deal was. But this chapter, we saw Unohana's true face. She revealed she has a sword wound like right above her breast. Unfortunately, it wasn't lower. But anyway, so as she's getting ready to battle Kenpachi, she's feeling her wound. It looks like this is probably the only wound she's ever sustained, and she basically says something along the lines of, "My wound is throbbing and calling for battle." It was just some badass shit she said, and of course Kenpachi, because someone gave him his slash on the side of his face, so of course Kenpachi was like, "Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. My wound is also urging for battle." And then they rush at each other and they're having this huge clash. So they're going to be kicking ass. But again, it was just Unohana's face. She had this like crazy, mad elation face that just you can't even describe. Like, I have to admit, these writers and these drawers, they know exactly how to show emotion in these characters, and that's another reason why I love Bleach, because literally just looking at her face and just because at first she just kind of had this like scary, like, she like turned to the side kind of look, and then by the time she's clashing with Kenpachi, you don't even see any pupils. Her eyes are just completely like dilated. Now again, this is because it's in black and white. You really can't tell what color her eyes are, but again, it looks like her pupils are dilated or they're just gone, and she just has this evil smile on her face. It was just incredible. Like as I'm reading it, I'm like, oh my god, this is like one of the best things I've ever read. Now, one of the things that Kenpachi did say before the battle started was that him and Unohana both were great criminals. So it looks like Unohana probably earned her ranking with the 13 Court Guard squads by defeating the previous captain, because I don't think she earned it gracefully, because again, it looks like she was one of the criminals of the Sirte, and according to essentially the new head captain, he said she was trained in every form of weapon. So again, this chick seems like she's going to be some sort of badass. Now he also mentioned that one of them wouldn't make it out of there alive. I really would. I mean, and again, I've looked at a couple of people's reviews, and of course they're coming with the doom and gloom. Oh my God, only one of them is going to live. I think by now we've already learned that don't put too much stock in someone dying in Bleach. Trust me, they would not introduce Unohana, finally show her true colors, to then kill her off. Because Kenpachi's not going to die. So, the only other person it would be is Unohana, and I don't think she's going to die. I think they're going to both fight. I think Kenpachi's going to grow in power, and he might even learn his Bankai. But right now, don't worry about Unohana dying. Overall, like I said, this is a fantastic chapter, but I want to know what you guys think. Did you freak out when you saw Unohana's face? Were you as pumped for this chapter coming back and Bleach being back? Let me know in the comments section below. Definitely subscribe to my channel. I also have another announcement. I will be introducing another channel. This channel will be focusing more on video games and tech. It's going to be called Shownuff's Tech Corner. And the first video I'm going to be uploading is a gameplay of me playing through the newest Devil May Cry video game. Now the twist is that I have a 120-inch overscreen, and that's where I play my video games on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to video record myself playing the Devil May Cry game on a 110-inch screen, so you guys can kind of get a feel of how my gaming experience is. I'll turn up the TV so you can hear my surround sound. I would kind of show you it right now, but the way my laptop is set up, it's not easy. But again, like I said, I'll do a whole video explanation for everything. Just be on the lookout for that channel, and definitely subscribe to that one as well. This is the one and only Shownuff the King. You guys have a fantastic night.